What to get your favorite Disney World and Universal Orlando traveler. This is Go Inform Podcast, episode number 39. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. This is episode 39, and today we get to buy presents. Hooray. Today, I'm going to share some ideas for those of you who are looking for what to get that person in your life who is headed to Orlando for their big vacation. So thank you for joining me here today on the show. My name is Maven. I am the hostess and the founder of GoInform.net, and I'm really glad that you are joining me here today. A big thank you to our Go Inform pass holders who help to sponsor the show. You guys are awesome. Thanks for everything that you do. Our pass holder community is just super cool, and we'd love to have you guys join us there. You can get more information about how to join the pass holder community over at patreon.com/goinformed. So I know it's only basically Halloween right now, but there is actually only about 55 shopping days left until Christmas, you guys. So I know a lot of you are planners, and I didn't want to wait until we got any closer to the holidays before we started talking about holiday shopping and gift ideas. I think a lot of people this time of year have a trip either on the horizon that they are planning for, or they may be surprising somebody with a trip, and the holidays is an awesome time to make that big reveal and celebrate the trip that you have coming up. Now, what we're going to talk about today are a whole range of gift ideas, ranging from little stuff to big stuff. And this doesn't have to be a Christmas gift or a holiday gift. These things work for anybody who's headed to Orlando any time of year. So if you are looking for ideas for somebody who's headed for a honeymoon at Disney or a wedding, for example, all of this makes great wedding gifts for people. If you're shopping for Easter basket ideas or birthday presents or any of that, these ideas should really help you head in the right direction to get the perfect gift for the perfect person. The show notes today are going to be especially detailed because we are going to be talking about so many different things. So make sure you head over there and check out all the links that I'm going to be adding in. Show notes will be at goinform.net/39. And this is one where if you are a Pinterest user, you might want to hop over there and pin that to your Pinterest boards for reference, because these ideas make good gifts any time of the year. So it's really perfect for saving to Pinterest for your future reference too. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today, like I said, kind of runs the gamut. And when I'm talking about gifts for somebody who's going to Disney World or Universal Orlando, I tried to think of things that were pretty specific to what somebody might need on a trip to these places, or something that might help them get ready for their trip or get excited for the trip. So we're going to talk about, I've kind of broke it into two categories. So one is sort of like getting ready, and then the other category is sort of like things that somebody can use when they're at the parks. Okay, so first we'll talk about things that I think make good gifts that help people get ready for their trip. And these are really great, especially if somebody, you might be surprising them with a trip and you want them to have some things that'll help them get a little more excited or more understanding of what to expect. A couple of things that we're talking about here will be perfect for that. So first of all, something that's great for anybody who's traveling to Orlando for a vacation are books. So I did a whole episode about books that I think are nice to have before you head to Disney World. And that was just a couple of episodes ago on episode 36. So I will not list every book here, but I will say that the kinds of books that I would look for if I was buying somebody gift books that's heading to Disney World or Universal Orlando. There are some really great guidebooks out there that can help people get excited and get more information. And there are also good sort of behind the scenes books, especially about the Disney parks. So if somebody is traveling to Disney World and they're already kind of a big Disney fan, then what you're going to want to do is try to find some cool behind the scenes sort of books, because Disney fans love all the details that they want to know, like how did they make the effects in the Haunted Mansion, or what were the Imagineers' inspiration, some information about Walt Disney, biography of Walt Disney, or stories about the history of Disneyland and Disney parks. Those are all really great things to give a Disney enthusiast. I have a few favorites of my own, and some of them I talked about in that other episode, but there's a couple that I don't think I mentioned. So I'll make sure and link to those things in the show notes so you guys can do a little one-stop shopping if you want. You can look over there and get that information. And for people headed to Universal, I always recommend the Harry Potter books, because that is a huge influence at Universal. And there are, even for someone who has read all of the books, there are wonderful illustrated editions that have been coming out now. They keep coming out with a new one every holiday season. Those make fantastic gifts. So if you've got a Harry Potter fan that you're shopping for, look for those illustrated editions of the books. Like I said, awesome gift idea. You can also, it's a little old fashioned now, but you can get DVDs, movies. The theme parks are really influenced by movies, DVDs, or if you want to get somebody a Netflix subscription or an Amazon Prime subscription or something like that, so they can watch the movies before they go. That's a really fun way to get ready for a trip. I actually have a whole post about the movies that influence the rides at the Universal parks in Orlando. I will link to that in the show notes so you can see what movies we're talking about. And in episode 17, which was my getting ready for your Disney World vacation episode, I listed some of the top movies that have influenced a lot of stuff in the parks. So that's another place to check out if you're trying to get some ideas of what movies would be good for people who are heading to Disney World. Another thing that lots of people, probably all of us, really should do before they head to these parks in Orlando is work on getting in shape for all the walking. Boy, do you walk a lot. I mean, you will walk miles and miles and miles every day. And the more practice and the more conditioning that you can do for this beforehand, the better it's going to be for you. So if you've got somebody who's kind of a fitness person or is ready to start training for their trip, a fitness tracker like a Fitbit would make a really great gift. This is one of those gadgets that people won't always buy for themselves, but it makes a really great gift. So think about that. That might be an option for the fitness kind of person in your life. And also, it's kind of cool to see just how many steps you take when you are in the parks. It's kind of mind-blowing. So a Fitbit or anything like that can be a really great idea for a gift. And just something else I put on my list just for fun, something like a Mickey waffle iron or themed kitchen appliance or something like that. That could be a really fun gift for somebody who's heading to the Disney parks. I would think that would be a really fun wedding gift for a couple getting married at Disney or going there for their honeymoon. A Mickey waffle iron, and then when they come back from their trip, every time they have waffles, they'll think about their trip. So that is another just kind of a fun little idea that's inspired by the Disney parks. Okay, now in terms of stuff that people can use on their trip, there is all kinds of stuff. You could bring a lot of gadgets and gear on your Orlando theme park vacation. And I've already done several episodes, and I have actually quite a few posts on the site too, all about the kinds of gadgets and gear that I think are nice to have when you go to the parks. So I'm just going to hit kind of a few highlights here, and then you can always find links to all that stuff in the show notes. But one of the things that I think makes a really nice gift, especially for kids that are going to be traveling to the parks, is a backpack. So it's really nice if everybody has their own park bag, and you don't need to carry a huge backpack, but even just a nice little drawstring bag can carry, your jacket or your few souvenirs and your sunscreen and all that sort of stuff. So think about maybe getting backpacks. You can get matching ones, or you can just get stuff that's themed towards Harry Potter or towards Mickey or whatever. You can find a lot of that stuff right on Amazon, and that makes a really fun little gift. And what you can do is you could take a backpack that's themed to the park, and you could actually put other gifts inside of it. So it's like a gift bag. So backpack is a fun place to sort of start in terms of making sort of a gift package for somebody. Now, of course, if anybody is traveling to the parks almost all year round, but especially between about the spring all the way through the fall, summer weather gear is kind of a must if you're going to be in those parks in Orlando. So this is another one where I did a whole episode about it on episode 24. So you guys can go back and listen to that, and you can check out those show notes for a really complete list. But a few items that always make good gifts and great stocking stuffers are ponchos, sunscreen, sunglasses, a personal fan, like those kind of little sort of small, even dollar store kind of stuff can make great stocking stuffers. You can also, if you want to have it be a surprise, like if you're building up to this huge reveal of we're going to Disney or we're going to Universal, having it start with the stocking that just has some sort of unusual Christmas presents in it, when like sunscreen or like sunglasses or whatever. That is kind of fun, because then you're going to get your family guessing about why are they getting this stuff in their stocking. So I do have a post that's all stocking stuffer ideas for your trip to Orlando. And again, I'll link to it in the show notes. But those are the kind of things that I think are really fun. Fun stuff to put in a stocking, especially if you're really trying to keep a little suspense going. Another thing that's cool that you can put in a stocking is a magic band. So if you have your trip coming really soon, you will have received your magic bands from Disney, and you can put those under the tree or in the stocking stuffer. But if you haven't got it, if your trip's a ways off in the horizon, you can actually purchase magic bands from Disney, or you can get that just off of Amazon. You can buy magic bands, and then you can link them to your park tickets later. And that is really fun, because you can actually get the magic bands ahead of time, and you can have a different color or even different theme magic band than the ones that you're going to get from Disney. So take a look at that or consider that that's a really special stocking stuffer. And wow, if you've got maybe kids or even adults who aren't aware of what a magic band is and they pull that out of their stocking, I just think that would be really fun to see what they think of that. So magic bands is another thing that you can do. Fun t-shirts is another cool idea. So you've probably seen the pictures of the whole family wearing like hot pink shirts that say like Smith Family Reunion or whatever. You could totally do that if that's your thing. But you can also find really, really fun and unique t-shirts online. There is a site called TeePublic that they have, like thousands of really cool designs, and they have stuff that's inspired by Disney and by Universal and by the different movies and all of that. And a lot of them are really cute. And some are really funny. So think about maybe getting everybody in your group a cute t-shirt for their gift. And either they could all be the same, or you could get everybody a one that's just a little bit different. But then they will all have a park t-shirt. So t-shirts are another really fun idea. And speaking of things you wear, as I said, there's a lot of walking in these parks. And so one of the things I really recommend is that you have good shoes. So like running shoes usually is what that means. And running shoes are not cheap. So that is another thing where if it's a birthday or Christmas or whatever, that might be the time to spring for the really nice shoes. And also, if you don't feel you can buy somebody shoes, you could definitely buy them nice socks. So these days you can find socks that are specifically made for people who run marathons. And that is what you need especially when you're in a place like Epcot in August and it is hot and you're walking miles and miles and miles. Having good socks is huge. And good socks are expensive and a treat. And so socks is actually a really nice gift for somebody who's headed to the parks. And socks for your running shoes is really, really helpful. Also, if you've got somebody who's got a long flight to get to Orlando, compression socks are really a great idea to have for any kind of long haul flight. Health-wise, they're really smart thing to wear when you're on a very long flight. And they are just a really nice sort of extra thing for somebody to have in their travel kit. So look for compression socks for that flight and look for really nice running socks for their day in the parks. And you guys, I will look for some stuff that I can recommend. I'll put some Amazon links in the show notes for those things because I have some socks that I use that I think I can probably find and link in there, or at least something similar, so you'll know what I'm talking about. But socks, actually make a really nice gift. Okay, and in terms of some gadgets, now we're starting to ramp up the price level of these gifts, but I think it's cool to kind of have suggestions that run the gamut. One thing that's really nice to have in the parks is a external battery for your phone. So if your travel buddy's phone doesn't hold a charge very well, a external battery that they can just attach either through a case that goes on their phone or just a separate thing that connects with the cable, that might be a godsend in the parks because you definitely need you need your battery to last the whole day. You're going to use apps all day long in these parks, and you need to have the power to do it, and you sure don't want to have to stop and charge your phone. So consider getting an external battery pack. For the flight, if you've got a long flight, and this is a really, really nice gift for somebody, noise canceling headphones They're so awesome. And if you get nice noise canceling headphones, you can use them all the time in your real life too when you're listening to podcasts, you guys. So I have some awesome Bose earbuds that I've had for a couple years now, and they are amazing on planes, and they are fabulous for just going on a walk and listening to podcasts. So I really recommend that if you're trying to find something kind of special to give somebody for a gift. Noise canceling headphones, I would almost put them at the top of the list. And the other kind of special gift that you could offer somebody who is going to these Orlando parks is a special camera. So yes, you can use your phone to take pictures and video and all of that when you're on your vacation. But if you have a camera that's just a camera, it's almost always going to take better pictures. I have an really great little Fuji camera, which is waterproof and shockproof. It's like the perfect thing to take on a vacation like this, because if you get really wet on the Jurassic Park ride, your camera is not going to die. It's fine. And you can even like bang it around or drop it and still it's okay. So, a camera, if you've got somebody who likes to take pictures, holy cow, there's a lot of cool stuff to take pictures of in the Disney and the Universal parks. I mean, wow, you could just go and only take pictures and be super happy if you're a photographer. So a camera can be a really nice special gift. Again, getting back to like sort of wedding gifts, I think too that's a really nice gift for honeymooners, because they really want to capture the moment, and having a good camera makes a big difference. So if you want to splurge, that's a good one. Now, I kind of ramped it up there, but there is a lot of different things you can do to surprise somebody, to give them that extra gift to go with their trip. And as I said, I've got lots of ideas on the website. I've got a whole post about stocking stuffer ideas. We did an episode, actually 2 episodes. Episodes 20 and 21 are both about Easter basket ideas, and you can totally take those same ideas and put that stuff in a stocking. So you can go back and listen to those to get some more specific ideas, both for Disney and Universal. And also that summer gear guide, episode 24. Anybody who's traveling in the summer needs to hear that and stock up, because I really think it makes so much difference, your comfort in the parks, if you have the right gear. So, why not give it as a gift if you're going to get it anyway? So that's those are all other suggestions that I have. And I'm going to link to all of that stuff in the show notes. You can find them at goinformed.net/39. And I will put shopping links to Amazon or wherever it makes sense. I try to use Amazon a lot, you guys, because I just think it's sort of one-stop shopping. But anyway, anywhere that I can do that for you, I will get that in the show notes so you can hop over there and see what these suggestions are. If you have any other ideas of what would make a good gift for somebody who's heading to these parks, I would love to hear it. On the show notes at the bottom, if you scroll all the way down, you'll see a spot where you can leave a comment. Please do, share your ideas too. I think it's really, really helpful to everybody if we can kind of collectively come up with a lot of cool stuff. That is all I have for you today. I hope you have a happy shopping season, and I hope you have a divine vacation.